do is put our letters up. In order to do that, we're going to need these two items, our measurement sheet and our template. So if we can see here that the only measurement that really matters is this distance between the bottom of the surfboard and the top of the text. So we're seeing here we got 7.5 inches. So we can take our template, which is a little hard to see, and we're gonna take and tape this thing to the wall and go through the steps of how to apply the template. So I like to first start by unrolling it, getting it right side up, and putting a little piece of tape on the far right side and on the far left side. And before I get too crazy with measuring, I like to just kind of get it where it looks about right and then tape it, and then we'll kind of fine-tune the measurements. So we can come from here now, and we've got our 7.5 inches, which was noted on our sheet. We can see the top of this T here, which is a good place to start from. So I'm at 5 1/4, so obviously we've got to come down a little bit. Take that measurement again, we're at 7.5. So what we can do from here is take our level again, make sure we've got it straight. Which we're pretty close. I'm gonna take this side down just a touch. And perfect. So now that we've got it sort of taped on the ends, whoop. Now that we have it taped on the ends, we can tape this thing in the center and make sort of a hinge to apply the template. It doesn't have to be perfectly in the center, just kind of eyeball it. So this is where the scissors and credit card come into play. So we take half of this thing, pull it over. This has got a wax paper on the back, so I'm just pulling the wax paper off of the vinyl. And you can fold this piece of tape over just to temporarily kind of tack it there while we cut the wax paper off with our scissors. And then we go to applying it. So pull this back off, and we're starting from the center, and we can basically just kind of, you know, push it down. This is a removable vinyl, so it doesn't need to stick. We don't need to squash it down too hard to the wall, and when we peel the vinyl back off, it shouldn't pull any drywall off or any paint or anything like that. It's just going to help us get the letters. Now we can kind of see a little bit better what we're looking at here. So then again with the other side, we're going to pull this piece of tape off, get to the center where we've cut our wax paper again, expose that side. Do the same thing here, and we're just going to smooth this out all the way down to the end. Make sure it's good and stuck all the way. And then we can basically just start from one side or the other, and there's a thin layer of pre-mask on the top of it. So we can pull that carefully all the way off. Now that's going to tell us where we are going to put our letters. So we can start with these things, left to right, it doesn't matter. Again, have some double-sided tape on the back. So one by one, we're just going to take and expose the adhesive by pulling the red wax paper off of the back. We're going to come over here. We've got about 1/8 of an inch border all the way around, so we're just going to kind of eyeball this the best we can. Give it a nice push so it sticks really well. And continue on down. Again, exposing the adhesive by pulling the red wax paper off. And continuing on. Press it down real good. And once we've got the first 3 started, now we can kind of just cruise along and continue putting the rest of the letters on the wall one by one. Again, just making sure that they are nice and stuck. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So once we've got our letters on the wall, everything's looking good. The last step is obviously to remove the template from the wall, and that's as easy as taking the pre-mask off. We're just going to kind of start at one corner, and especially carefully now because we do have these fresh letters stuck to the wall. We don't want to pull them off with it, but we can kind of just start here at one side or the other and get a good corner started, and then easily just start to pull this off around all these letters. And there you have it. So now that we've got all of the, now that we've got our template off the wall, this is pretty much done. So looking good. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Our contact information is going to be below and at the end of this movie. My name is Tyler, and good luck. Thank you.